Greetings, everyone, and welcome to live coverage of Slipstream Racing. This is season 7, round number 1 that will be taking place at the Australia circuit, which is called the Albert Park Circuit. I would like to thank you for joining this broadcast. If you would like to subscribe to this channel, I will be doing the live stream coverage for the gold tier races for the entirety of season 7. So make sure that you subscribe if you would like to catch all of these streams as well. You can like the video as well, as that would help me out quite a bit. Well, I guess I'm only really doing this channel just for the Slipstream Racing races, so I guess you don't necessarily have to like the video, but nonetheless you can subscribe, as all of the live streams for these races will be on this channel. So as it is right now, we are just waiting for the session to get started, as it looks like there are, I would guess, 18 people that are in the lobby currently. So it is going to be a full grid according to the event check-in. So there should be 20 drivers participating in this race tonight. And then just 1 second, as I'm going to need to check the audio on the stream just to make sure that everything sounds good. So I will be back in just 1 second. All right, so it seems like the audio is good to go. So we will just wait and see. As it just looks like some of these reserve seats are being filled out, as maybe there might be 1 or 2 drivers who are not able to attend. So we'll see what will take place. So I guess while we wait for the lobby to, I believe there's only 1 driver that needs to be added before we can get underway. I'll just take a look at the season 6 standings for this gold tier that I guess finished just about a month ago. So as far as the gold tier is concerned, it was actually Carito, which he is racing tonight. I think his name goes by, let me see, it's William SSR William, I believe. So he was the one who actually won the Drivers' Championship for season 6. And then you have Trent H, who finished in second, which he is racing tonight as well. And then it was Land Sharky 77 who finished in third, which is Land Sharky here tonight? No, I do not believe so. No, because he is not a full-time driver. So those are your top three in the Drivers' Championship for season number 6. So it is going to be interesting. We will see if Carito or SSR William will be able to get the Drivers' Championship again for this season 7. Or will Trent take the fight to him? Or will there be another driver who will show up and show out for this season and take the Drivers' Championship crown for season 7? We will see. But it does look like we are ready to get this session started, as all 20 drivers are into the lobby. And yes, the countdown is going now. So as the countdown is going down, we are about to head into the qualifying session. So for the qualifying session, it is going to be, I hope that did not mess anything up. 1 second, I will be back in 1 second. All right, we are good. We are good. We are going into the qualifying session now. I have not done commentary since I think 10 months ago. So some of these things that pop up and all that, I don't know what's going on, but the audio is still good. So we are good to go. We are heading into the qualifying session. It is going to be a short qualifying session, which means a 18-minute period to see who will be able to snag pole position and start first in this race, as I will get, I guess I don't need the tires. Yeah, so best lap, telemetry, that's enabled, full track map. We should be good. All right. Yep, so an 18-minute session to see who will be able to get the fastest time to start on pole position. And as it is right now, there is a Red Bull that is coming onto the track, and that would be Shock Wave. So just to go through the driver lineup. So as it is, we'll see who are the full-time drivers. So for the Alpine team, the full-time drivers are Davey and Crustier T. So Davey is in the session. Yeah, so Davey is here, and then Crustier T is not. So we'll call him Jazz, is filling in for the full-time driver of Crustier T. For the Aston Martin team, we have the Despy Gamer and Antoine 93. So the Destiny Gamer is in this session, and then is Antoine in? No, he is not. So the Yuppie is actually reserving for Antoine 93. For the Ferrari team, we have Vrildox and Christian B. They are both present for this race. Yep, so Vrildox and yep, so Big Bruiser, that would be Christian B. So currently riding on board with Shockwave as he is getting his first qualifying lap underway. So I'll just go through the rest of the starting order. So we have SSR William and Meow Slayer K. They are both here. They are the full-time drivers for the Alfa Romeo team. For McLaren, we have Luffy Korea and SSR Hartlieb, which they are both here present. For the Mercedes team, we have Sharky and Wolves. They are both present. For the Red Bull team, Shockwave, which we are riding on, or who we are riding on board with at this moment. And then we also have Goodwill, which he is in the session as well. For the AlphaTauri team, it is Tarzan 787 and Jade, which Tarzan, yes, he is here. So they are both here. And then finally for the Williams team, it is Trent H and Colin Edwards, which Trent H is here. However, Colin Edwards is not, which means the full-time teammate as Shockwave is about to make his way up to the start finish line, and then is a 119.649 followed by a 118.585 by the Mercedes driver, followed by SSR William of the Alfa Romeo team setting a 117.77 to go to provisional pole position. So well done by the Drivers' Championship leader for Season 6, riding on board with Hartlieb. He sets a 119.213 to go into 5th. He is then pipped by Jade, who sets a 118.307. Next across the line is Big Bruiser, who sets a 124.0. That puts him in 8th position, and that is then followed by Miyake Slayer, which I think he may have actually done 2 warm-up laps? I'm not sure. Oh, unless he's doing a second lap as it is right now. That may be the case. So, also behind him. So we have Trent, who set a 118.027. He is now in 2nd place. So I really have to get myself acquainted with doing commentary, especially with a full grid, because there is a lot of stuff to follow all at once. Riding on board with Timmy, he puts himself into 6th with a 118.491. I need to get back into the groove. So we have Korea Senpai heading into the pits. Coming up to the line now is Jazz, who sets a 118.993, puts himself in 8th position. Hartlieb is into the pits. Meow K Slayer is going to finish this lap, and he does seem to be going faster than that 124.357. So we'll ride on board with him, as unfortunately Davey has left the session. So Meow Slayer K, sorry, pips his teammate SSR William by 16 thousandths to go into provisional pole position. Today of the AlphaTauri team heading into the pits, we have Tarzan currently in 15th, and this is definitely going to be an improvement. So we'll ride on board with the AlphaTauri driver. DRS wide open for him. He sets a 119.966 to put himself into 9th place. Behind him, I believe that was the Yuppie who set a 118.995 to put himself into 12th place. We will now see if anyone else is heading to the line. Goodwill is actually not using his battery, and it did say that he slightly improved, but I didn't see him move a position. But the Goodwill at the moment currently in 16th place. Yep, so Meow Slayer K should be heading into the pits after that provisional pole time. Hartlieb Let me see if I can, I believe I do have him as a friend. I need to try and get him back into the session. Where is he? Unless I don't. Okay, so I'm going to try and see if I can figure out. There's Davey there. So yeah, I believe it did say that Hartley was out of the session, unfortunately. I'm going to have to just see. I'm not sure if I have him as a friend. I guess I'll try and message him to see if he needs an invite. So yeah, as I was saying, as far as the teammates, so for the Williams team, it is Trent. As I'm not sure, was Sharky in? I need to really pay attention to these laps because I don't know if Sharky just potentially jumped Trent to go up into third place, but Sharky at the moment is in third place, setting a 1:17.905. So as far as the Williams driver, so Trent H is a full timer. As you see there, Thug Hughes was the full time teammate of Trent for both the platinum and gold tiers last season. So Thug Hughes is actually a reserve for both tiers this season, as we're riding on board with Jazz, who is coming to the line. He is going to improve to 7th place, setting a 1:18.443. Someone else just came across the line. That would be the Aston Martin of Despy, sets a 1:18.009, puts himself into 4th place. So, riding on board with Twisted Jack, sets a 1:20.010, puts himself into 17th, and then there's an AlphaTauri coming across the line. Looks like it's going to be Jade starting a lap. So ride on board with Wolves. So yeah, it does seem like as Wolves goes for a bit of a spin coming through the second to last turn on this circuit, or penultimate turn. So riding on board with Korea, it's not going to be a improvement for him. Riding on the board with the Yuppie, currently on an outlap. And then, oh no, so yeah, Hartley is actually into the session. I'm not sure what it is that happened, but he is into the session. So I can go full focus on as Doug Hughes and Big Bruiser. Looks like Big Bruiser has actually crashed out potentially, as his car is stopped on the circuit, as you can see on the track map. So it's unfortunate for the Ferrari driver. We have William and Sharky coming to the line to start flying laps. Twisted Jack is into the pits. Korea Senpei does say that he is slightly over 3/10 faster than his fastest time. So we'll ride on board with the McLaren driver and see what it is that he can do coming through these final turns. So it's DRS wide open for the McLaren driver of Korea Senpei. Will it be an improvement for him? No. So he will stay in ninth for the time being. Next across the line is Tarzan. He is on his outlap, now starting a flying lap. So we have just under 7 minutes left in this qualifying session. Let us see if we can find anyone that is currently on a flying lap. Looks like Sharky is. So we'll ride on board with the Mercedes driver and see how it is that he fares through these final few turns. So now coming up to the final turn is Sharky, DRS wide open for the Mercedes driver. And will it be an improvement? It is! A 2.5 improvement by Sharky, setting a 117.653 to put himself on provisional pole. I'm not sure if. So Despy is on an outlap. So is it going to be Sharky that is going to take the fight to the Season 6 Drivers' Championship winner of Williams? We'll see. This is only the qualifying session though, so you do not race or you don't win the race in qualifying. So, I mean, wow, that was an impressive drift there by today. That was quite impressive. So we have Timmy coming into the pits. So, yep, the race is not won in qualifying, but it does put you in a good position to win said race. So it looks like a lot of drivers. It's just out laps and, oh no, Trent is actually on a flying lap at the moment. So right on board with the Williams driver. DRS wide open for Trent. So he is currently in 5th place. About 3.5 tenths off of the provisional pole position. So it's DRS wide open for Trent H. What is going to be the time for the Williams driver? Jumps to provisional pole position with a 117.637. And look at that. He is actually on tires that he's done 3 laps with. That is actually kind of scary. If that visual is correct, and this is the 3rd lap that he has done on those tires, and he has just set a provisional pole position time, that is very impressive. So now riding on board with Hartley, DRS wide open for the McLaren driver. Will it be an improvement? It should be. Yep, jumps to 12th with a 118.839. Just under a 4/10 improvement for the McLaren driver. So we have 3 minutes and 28 seconds left in this qualifying session. I don't believe Despy is on. No, he would not be on the flying lap as it is right now. I did see a purple sector for someone as I was scrolling through those drivers. I'm not sure if that showed up as Goodwill. And then behind Goodwill is Korea Sempi. So we'll actually ride on board with Goodwill. See what it is that he can do as he's coming through the final turn. DRS wide open for the Red Bull driver. This will be an improvement. Jumps to 16th with a 119.185. And then behind him will be Korea Sempi, who is on an out lap. So is Hartley? No, not on a lap. But the Ferrari of Vril Docks is not as well. So, and then SSR William is currently on an out lap as well. So it looks like everybody's going to be on their final laps coming up, as I don't believe anyone is on a flying lap at the moment. So Goodwill is down on his time. Korea Sempi is on a flying lap, so we'll ride on board with the McLaren driver. So riding on board with the McLaren driver of Korea Senpai. This is coming through the final few turns and currently improving on his best time that he has set. So DRS wide open for Korea Senpai. And will it be an improvement? Slight improvement by just under 2 tenths. Jumps to 6th with a 233. So we'll see if anybody else is on a flying lap, as it doesn't necessarily look like it. Tarzan. It's not. Vrildox has invalidated. Timmy outlap. Yeah, so I think it's Jade. That would be the one that is currently on a lap. So we'll see. Is he deploying battery? Yes, he is. So we'll ride on board the Jade, currently in 7th place. Will Jade be able to make an improvement? And so far, it is a slight improvement for the AlphaTauri drivers. So we will see. As someone just came to the line and jumped. Sorry, let me just... That may have been Wolves. So Jade has invalidated. Unfortunately, I missed that. But there was a Mercedes driver, as the Yuppie is... So, will Meow Slayer K make it to the line to be able to start a lap? No. So, let us see who are the drivers that are going to be coming to the line. Twisted Jack will be the first of these final flying lap runners to set a time. And he's going into the pits! So Twisted Jack will not be starting anywhere higher than 18th. Now riding on board with Tarzan. Will it be an improvement for the AlphaTauri driver? No. Unfortunate, will be starting no higher than 14th. Now riding on board with Tug Hughes. It will be an improvement for the Williams Reserve. Jump to 7th with the 118.050. So SSR William in the pits. Despy of the Aston Martin team setting a 117.773, jumps to 5th place. And then is there anyone else that is on a flying lap? Yes, I believe Chaz is. So we'll ride on board with him as he comes through the final turn. And it is a slight improvement for the Alpine driver and jumps to 7th with a 117.990. And then there is a Mercedes coming across the line. I'm not sure who that was, but I think that is going to be it. So it is Trent H setting a 117.637 on potentially, if that graphic is correct, tires that he did 3 laps on, getting pole position, beating out Sharky by 16 thousandths of a second. Well done by the Williams driver of Trent H. All right, so we'll go through the starting order for this Australian Grand Prix. So it is Trent of the Williams team starting in 1st place on pole position. Sharky will be starting in 2nd. Meow Slayer K in 3rd. SSR William 4th. Despy in 5th. Wolves 6th. Jazz 7th. Thug Hughes in 8th. Korea Senpei 9th. Jade in 10th. Timmy in 11th. Hartlieb in 12th. Shockwave 13th. Tarzan 14th. The Yuppie in 15th, Goodwill 16th, Brill Docs in 17th, Twisted Jack in 18th, Big Bruiser 19th, and rounding out the field, and Davey did not set a time in 20th. I wonder if he was the one that potentially disconnected. So I did get the, hold on. So let me see if I can try and get Davey back in. So that is my apologies. I actually got the person incorrect. Okay, so Davey is back in. That is my apologies. That's my bad because a lot of things I have to be looking at. I thought it was Hartley that actually was the one who disconnected, but it was Davey. But it does look like the race has started. So, as I get the position changes going. So, we have started this race. Trent is still in first place. We do have yellow flags in Sector 1, and it looks like Virl Dox may have had himself a bit of a moment. So this race has gotten underway as Davey has actually retired, and there is a safety car already. So we are on lap 1 at the beginning of Sector 2, and we already have a safety car. So we'll go through the tire allocation breakdown. So it is Sharky currently in first place. He's on the hards. Trent in second on the hards as well. Meow Slayer K in third on the hards. William in fourth on the hards as well. We have Wolves in fifth on the mediums. Thug Hughes in sixth on the softs. Despy in seventh on the mediums. Jazz in eighth on the mediums. Korea Senpei in ninth. On the mediums, Timmy on the softs in 10th place. We have Jade in 11th on the mediums. Goodwill in 12th on the mediums. Yuppie in 13th on softs. Hartlieb, as Timmy is actually pitting off of his soft compound of tire. So that's going to drop him to most likely the back of the field. So Hartlieb in 14th on mediums. Now 13th on mediums with Timmy pitting, and then Brill Dox is also pitting as well. We'll see what tire he's moving on to. Twisted Jack is on the mediums, Big Bruiser mediums, Tarzan on the hards, Shockwave on the mediums, and then Timmy just coming out of the pits onto a set of hards, and then we have Brill Dox onto a set of medium tires. So my apologies to Davey, as I did not see him as the one who disconnected. I thought I saw Hartlieb as I was trying to follow that qualifying session. So my apologies to Davey for that. Need to try and be more attentive for the next race. But we are currently under safety car conditions on lap 2. And with everybody currently within 1 second of each other, the safety car more than likely will be coming in on the third lap. I do want to say a welcome to all of the new drivers who are driving in SSR for their first season. Welcome to you, and As for the drivers who are participating in this race, that would be Jazz, Jade, Goodwill, Big Bruiser, Tarzan, Shockwave, and Timmy. So welcome to all of those drivers for this being their first race as a part of Slipstream Racing. So we'll see if the safety car will be coming in. We'll see if it'll be a very late call. If it's not, that would be quite interesting, which the safety car is not coming in this lap. So let us see. I'm actually quite surprised that some soft runners actually aren't coming into the pits. But we'll see. So Thug Hughes and the Yuppie, who are both on their soft compound of tires. It's going to be interesting to see. You need to make a mental note of that. 6th place and 12th place for Thug Hughes and the Yuppie, respectively. It's going to be interesting to see where it is or how they fare as far as having drivers around them who have tire compounds that will last longer than theirs, with them still having to make a mandatory pit stop. So we'll see how that will fare for Thug Hughes and the Yuppie. All right, so it does seem like the safety car is in or coming in, as I was just looking at the stream to see if there are any comments and to make sure that the audio was good. So the safety car is coming in this lap. Sharky of the Mercedes team will be leading the way and getting this race back underway, as it does look like he has gotten a very good jump. Nearly 7/10 clear of Trent, who is behind him in 2nd place. We'll see, as it looks like it's relatively smooth throughout, but as it is right now, the Yuppie quite close to Goodwill, but making a slight error, as it looks like someone has had an off. And I think it's Big Bruiser who is actually dropping down the field at the moment. And we have another safety car. So something has happened. Brill Docks, unfortunately, has had another issue. Big Bruiser is missing his entire front wing, and then I'm not sure if anything. Yeah, so Timmy is also missing a left end plate himself. So we're under safety car conditions again. Now it is going to be interesting to see. I'm assuming that this time around Thug Hughes is going to head into the pits to get rid of these soft tires. We will see. Well, we'll actually see what Wolves does. He stays out. Thug Hughes is staying out. Doug Hughes is staying out. The Yuppie did not sustain any damage, but he is coming into the pits. I am very surprised that Doug Hughes isn't pitting. So there are currently 3 drivers in the pits right now. So Twisted Jack is into the pits. I'm not sure if he got a new front wing. Timmy is into the pits. It's going to be a new front wing for himself. Real Docs definitely needs a new front wing. And Big Bruiser will also be needing a front wing himself. So I believe we have had, what, 2 or 2.5 sectors of racing so far in this race. As it has been safety cars aplenty so far. And then SSR Williams saying in the lobby gold chat that he thinks the lobby's broken. I don't believe that it is. It's just there are a number of crashes that are taking place at the moment. So that's why we are having all of these safety cars. Although, what I will say is, so it does seem like the laps are fine as Timmy is making his way into the pits. I'm assuming it would be a set of hard tires. Yes, it is. So it is hard tires for Timmy of the Haas team. As Big Bruiser gets himself a 3-second penalty under safety car conditions. Yeah, so I do not believe that the lobby is broken, although at the beginning of the race, the way that it did start, where I don't believe that I saw the starting lights, so that kind of has me a little bit worried as far as the lobby being broken is concerned, but I think everything is fine. So for those who are tuning into the broadcast, just for, I guess, knowledge for next week, if you are participating in the races, any of the races going forward, whether they be the platinum races or the gold races, after qualifying sessions, we typically do take about a 5-minute break where we don't ready up, and the lobby host will be the one that will ready up before we go into the race, just so that if anyone needs to have like a slight break and or make any setup changes, they can do that, and so that the timer doesn't start for the countdown, the 30-second countdown to go into the race. So just make sure that going into the next race, that if you are a driver after the qualifying session, do not ready up, as it'll be the lobby host that will ready up. And I am hoping, as we have F124 coming out in T minus what, 10 weeks? 9 to 10 weeks? I really do hope that they can make some type of option that allows the lobby host to be the one to start the countdown. Wishful thinking, but hopefully something can be done about that. So we're currently on lap 8 of 29 under safety car conditions. seems like there was some type of overtake that took place, which Korea Senpai should be going past. Yep. So Korea Senpai making his way past to go back into his rightful position. So the safety car is coming in this lap. So we'll see when Sharky will get himself underway. That's doing a little bit of tire warming. So getting underway at almost the same point as the last restart. So Sharky is underway. Trent behind him in second place. Behind Trent is Meowsler K in third place. His teammate William in fourth, having a little bit of a squirrely moment as currently Vril Docks somewhat close to the yuppie but will not be able to make a move. So we have Wolves having a little bit of a moment. Gets himself a 3-second time penalty for track limits. That may be a double. Despy going into the back of Wolves. Hopefully did not sustain any damage doing that. So now riding on board with Jazz of the Alpine team. He is getting quite close to the back of Korea. Someone may have no. Someone is dropping down the field. That's Wolves. As Wolves having a very squirmy moment. So riding on board with Jazz, he gets himself past Wolves to go up into 8th place. And then further behind, I saw, I believe it was Tarzan that made his way past Shockwave. Did someone have a spin? Yes, it was Shockwave. So, a lot of fastest laps coming in. Doug Hughes setting a 121.614 to take the fastest lap of the race. Now riding on board with Korea Senpai. He was getting close to the back of Despy. Jazz gets himself a 3-second time penalty, and there you see him right behind Korea Senpai. So we're right on board with Tarzan. He is going side by side with Hartlieb and actually goes into the back of Hartlieb. So not sure if Tarzan sustained any damage there. Now riding aboard with Twisted Jack. He is getting close to the back as we have yellow flags. And we have another safety car as Shockwave is out. So not much racing going on at the moment. So it is another safety car. Let us see what it is that Sharky does. Coming into the pits is Sharky. Trent coming into the pits as well. William following behind him. So is Meowsler K. He's going to be slightly held up by his teammate. Doug Hughes coming in as well behind Trent. Maybe held up just slightly, as looks like Korea is actually going through. So he will inherit first place in this race. And then Goodwill, Hartlieb, Tarzan, Timmy, and Vril Docks also going through with the yuppie doing so as well. So Sharky, who did make a pit stop, coming out in 7th place, just in front of the yuppie who did not pit. You have William, who made a pit stop, going on to the medium compound of tires, sitting in 9th. Trent, who just came out of the pits, onto a new set of mediums in 10th. Despy in 11th on hards. Doug Hughes making a pit stop onto the hards. Currently in 12th. Meowsler K in 13th. Jazz 14th. Wolves in 15th. Jade 16th. Twisted Jack 17th. And then Big Bruiser currently in 18th place. So we are currently on lap 11 of 29. And it is safety cars aplenty in this race as Big Bruiser gets another 3-second time penalty. So it doesn't look like, yeah, so nobody else made any pit stops. So we'll see. So Big Bruiser has caught up to the rest of the drivers. Yes, so the safety car is coming in this lap. So riding on board with Korea Senpei, we will see when he will pull the trigger and get this race back underway. Goodwill is right on his tail, and Korea Senpei is away, getting a pretty good jump on the rest of the field. Or to Goodwill behind him. Looks like Tarzan is quite close to the back of Hartley, who is currently in 3rd place. So riding on board with Tarzan, coming very close to the side of Hartley. Will he be able to make this overtake happen? We have yellow flags in Sector 1. Hartley getting himself a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings. We have Tarzan is right on the back, and this is actually holding up everyone else. So now riding on board with Timmy, and was on the battery for a moment, but not going to make his way past. Now riding on board with Sharky. Will he make his way around the outside? He is able to. What an overtake by Sharky to go up into 6th place. And we have yellow flags in Sector 3. That is Wolves. So now riding on board with Timmy has to avoid contact. And there goes Sharky making another overtake on Timmy. Brildox also making an overtake on Timmy as well. We will see if Sharky... Nope, Sharky is going to stay behind Tarzan for the moment. Unfortunately, I can't see if he's deploying battery, but he is going quite quickly. And yes, it is going to be side by side with the AlphaTauri making his way past to go up into fourth. And we have another safety car. What happened this time? I don't even know what happened this time. Does anybody have damage? Yeah, so Brildox actually does not have his front wing. So I'm not sure what it is that happened with himself. That may be the reason why a safety car has come out. So Brildox is missing his front wing. And then Brildox also getting himself a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So into the pits is Twisted Jack and Brildox, both putting on a new set of soft tires. So as it is right now, it is Hartley currently in the lead of this race. We'll go through the position changes. Yep, so 11 places made up by Hartley. Sharky still in the same position that he started the race in. William has made up 1 position. Timmy of the Haas team has made up 7 positions. The Yuppie has made up 10 positions. Trent H is down 5 positions from the start of the race. Doug Hughes has made up 1 position. Despy in 8th has lost 3 positions. Meow Slayer K. I don't know why I always say Meow K Slayer. I might actually call you Meow K Slayer from now on because I swear I'm going to continue to say that. So Meow Slayer K in 9th has dropped 6 positions from the start of this race. Jade currently in 10th place, started the race in 10th place. Jazz down 4 positions from the start. Goodwill up 4 positions from where he started in 12th. Korea Senpei down 4 positions in 13th. Tarzan started 14th, currently in 14th. We have Wolves, who is down 9 positions. And Hartlieb and Wolves are actually heading into the pits as it is. Twisted Jack up 2 positions from where he started, which is now going to be up 4 positions. Brildox up 2, and Big Bruiser up 2 positions. Sorry, 3 positions now, as Hartley and Wolves are pitting. So it does look like Cody Runs Fast is getting the stewards area of the gold side of the server ready, and that is something for those who are currently, as the safety car is coming in this lap. So incidents can be reported. Just make sure that you take a recording of the entirety of this race so that you can clip whatever clips that you need to be able to report anyone who may have caused you an incident, and or if you got an unfair time penalty, as one of the turns, I think it's in the midst of turn one, or sorry, yeah, in the midst of sector one. If you go off track, it'll give you like a double or triple warning. So Sharky is getting this race underway again. So yep, just make sure that you clip or have your clips ready for any incidences and or to get time penalties taken off for the race. And then make sure that you also take photos of your race director at the end of the race, as Twisted Jack gets himself a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings. We have the Big Bruiser, who I think has had an off again. So we'll ride on board with Jade, relatively close to Despy Gamer. Ahead of him, Timmy gets himself a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings. Now riding on board with the Williams driver of, actually we'll go to William, who is quite close to the back of Sharky. And more than likely deploying battery, getting quite close to the Mercedes driver, but making his way alongside and past the Mercedes driver of Sharky to go up into first. Well done by William of the Alfa Romeo team. We also have Goodwill, who is quite close beside Korea Senpai at the moment, having a moment of his own. We had to double up on the word moment there. Trent getting himself past Timmy to go up into third place. Thug Hughes. It looks like Thug Hughes and Meowslayer K have made their way past the Yuppie to go up into 5th and 6th respectively. So it does look like we are getting some racing underway. As I do believe there is actually a limit for safety cars in a race as well. I think it is either 3 or 4 and then no more are able to come. That is a dangerous move by Jazz. Now going side by side with Jade, making his way past Jade to go up into 9th place. Looks like there was another overtake that took place. Looks like Brildox made his way past Tarzan as well as Twisted Jack. We have yellow flags in Sector 1. Looks like it may be Chris and Jade having a bit of a moment. We'll see what Goodwill is able to do. I'm not sure, as there was a slight lag there. I'm not sure if Goodwill went into the back of Jade there. DRS is finally enabled in this race on lap 19. Trent sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:21.072. I'm riding on board with Brill Dox, will not be able to make his way past going into that turn. Now riding on board with Jazz, we have another safety car. So Big Bruiser is missing their front wing again. So I'm not sure what is happening with this race at the moment. So we will see who will make their way into the pits. So William making his way into the pits. Sharky making his way into the pits. This is more than likely the last safety car that will be coming out as well. Timmy getting himself a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings. Into the pits as well. Meow Slayer K into the pits. Thug Hughes into the pits. Yuppie into the pits. Who went through? Despy, I believe it was. As well as Korea Senpei. Jazz also making his way through, as well as Jade. So William comes out of the pits onto a new set of softs, but that's interesting that he has a new set of softs. He must have done multiple qualifying laps on the same tire. All right, so it does look like the safety car is coming in this lap. So it is going to be the speed that is going to get this race back underway. Not going as early as Sharky had been, but it looks like he is underway now. So we are on lap number 22 of 20 land. Looks like Brildox has already made up a potential position. Oh, as Despy is out of the race. But I don't believe there will be any more safety cars for the remainder of this session. So we have Korea, who is now in first place. Jazz in second. Jade in third. Sharky right on the back of Jade and having to do some lifting as it's coming very close to the back of the AlphaTauri driver. So we'll see if he'll be able to make his way past. And yes, that is Sharky making his way past Jade to go up. And looks like William is going very fast. And a bit of a moment as there was contact between Sharky and William. So Sharky able to keep that third place position. Looks like Trent may have had a slight issue as he has dropped down a few places. Does look like Thug Hughes just made his way past Goodwill to go up as Wolves has, and there are two cars that have gone off. But yes, I don't believe there will be any more safety cars going forward. So it is going to be 6.5 laps of racing for the remainder of this race, and William is actually into the pits. So this is going to cause major issues for last season's Drivers' Championship winner. So riding on board with Sharky, who is right on the back, as looks like Tarzan has made his way past Goodwill to go up into 9th place. Ooh, as looks like the Alpine of Jazz has had an off himself. He is out of this race. Sharky up into 2nd. So you might as well finish this race because there are no more safety cars. Thug Hughes gets himself a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings. Meow Slayer K has made his way past Timmy to go up into 3rd place. Now riding on board with Trent, we will see as DRS is enabled once again. Trent is on the battery, but it does look like Twisted is as well. Fair racing between the two, as looks like there was some contact made between Tarzan and Twisted Jack. Tarzan up into 7th place now, Twisted Jack in 8th. So right on board with Timmy. It's going to be DRS wide open for the Haas driver. We'll see if he'll be able to make his way past Meow Slayer K. Late on the brakes is Meow though, and he is able to keep that 3rd place position. But it looks like Meow Slayer K is going to be vulnerable, as I do not believe he will be getting DRS. He will not. So with Timmy setting the fastest lap as well, getting himself DRS. Trent now setting the fastest lap with a 1:26.16 and going alongside the Yuppie, not able to make his way past, but having DRS once again. We'll see if he can go later on the brakes. That is Trent past the Yuppie to go up into 5th place. SSR Williams setting, as a contact between Hartlieb and Goodwill. So now riding on board with Brildox, Wolves is alive, making his way past Brildox to go up into 11th place. So now riding on board with Timmy, currently in 4th place, as has made contact with Korea Senpei. Almost having himself a moment. However, able to keep his car pointed in the correct direction. Doug Hughes getting himself a 3-second time penalty. I believe that's the second one for Doug Hughes. Whoa, fourth? That is a lot of penalties for the Williams driver. So DRS wide open for Timmy. Will he be able to make his way past? Later on the brakes, making his way past Korea Senpai to go up into third place. So this is a pretty good drive for in the first race in this league for Timmy, currently up in third place. So we'll go up to Trent, who is right on the back of Korea Senpai, and it will be DRS for the Williams driver as well. Does Korea have, yes, he has DRS as well, but Trent with the overspeed making his way past to go up into fourth place. DRS again, and ahead of him, Timmy is low on the battery. Sharky getting himself a 3-second time penalty. That may be very costly, with Meowsler K only 7/10 behind the Mercedes driver, as looks like Timmy has gone wide. Trent making his way past to go up into third place and also having DRS. So that is going to aid him in being able to stay ahead of Timmy. You now have the Yuppie making his way past Korea Senpai to go up into fifth place. Now riding on board with Wolves, coming close to the back of Goodwill. DRS wide open for the Mercedes driver, but he will not be able to make his way past before going into this particular turn. Ooh, and having a bit of a moment is Wolves, but able to keep his car pointed in the correct direction. So now riding on board with Meow Slayer K. And really at this point, as Goodwill makes his way past Twisted Jack to go up into 8th place, we'll see, as Twisted Jack actually does not have DRS, so will Wolves be able to make his way past? A bit of contact between the Haas and and Mercedes driver. And Wolves is not able to make his way past Twisted Jack, also getting himself onto the grass. That's not going to help him as far as traction is concerned. Doug Hughes getting himself another penalty. Wow, so looks like there was some contact between, I believe it was the Yuppie and Trent. Trent making his way past Timmy to go, I think it's back up into third place, and then the Yuppie, we'll see if he'll be able to make his way past Timmy as well, although Timmy will have DRS, so he might actually be able to get himself past Trent, which he is able to do. Now we'll see what the Yuppie is able to do. Probably will have to stay behind Trent for the time being, and we are on the, I guess this would be the penultimate lap of the race. As we have yellow flags, that is Doug Hughes having a moment himself. So we are on the final lap of this race. It is Sharky currently in first place, but he does have a 3-second time penalty, albeit if it is a case of multiple track limit warnings that are not warranted, Meowsler K may have to actually try and win this race outright. So this is quite interesting, as Kira Senpai gets himself a 3-second track limit. Trent H making sure to not go into the back of Timmy, which is a very smart move, being that Timmy ahead of him does have a 3 second time penalty, or penalties to his name. Trent making his way past Timmy to go up into third. The Yuppie making his way past. Gaussler K has actually made his way past Sharky to take the outright lead of this race. So even if Sharky does have potential track limit warnings that would get rid of that penalty, it is Meowslayer K who's going to win this race outright, with Sharky finishing in second place. Trent H will be finishing in third. The Yuppie fourth. In fifth is actually Korea Senpai as he jumps Timmy. Timmy in sixth, Tarzan in seventh place. Tarzan jumps to fifth due to penalties. So Goodwill finishing in eighth. William actually jumps to eighth place. So there's a lot of jumping going around with these positions, with all of these penalties taking place. So unfortunate that a lot of safety cars did take place for this race, which has really shaken up the racing as far as strategy is concerned. So someone like William, who would have more than likely, knowing how good of a driver he is, finishing in eighth place, and I believe there may be an incident that he was caught up in as well, so that may be something that he does get reported. But it is Meowslayer K finishing in first place, and the driver of the day, as determined by the game, is the Aston Martin. It would be, I believe, is the reserve Aston Martin driver of the Yuppie. So we'll go through the final finishing order for this race. Meowslayer K finishing in first, Sharky in second, Trent in third, the Yuppie making up 11 positions to finish in fourth place. So it makes sense as to why he is the driver of the day as determined by the game. Tarzan also making up 9 positions to finish in fifth, Korea finishing in sixth, Timmy in seventh, SSR William finishing in 8th, Twisted finishing in 9th. Hartlieb finishing in 10th, Goodwill in 11th, Vril Docs in 12th, Wolves finishing in 13th, Doug Hughes in 14th, and Jazz finishing in 15th place. Although I can't remember what percentage of the race you have to finish in order to be able to get points, so I'm not sure if Jazz will be able to get himself 1 point, as it is a top 15 that do finish with points. And then, so Jazz did DNF from the race, but did finish in 15th. We have Jade finishing 16th, DNFing from the race. Desby DNFing, finishing 17th. Big Bruiser DNFing, finishing 18th. Shockwave not finishing as well, finishing in 19th. And SSR Davey, who was not able to get himself back into the race, finishing in 20th place. And then you also have the fastest lap of the race going to SSR William with a 1:19.521. So that'll be an extra point for the Alfa Romeo driver. So that is going to conclude round number 1 here for the gold tier in Slipstream Racing. It was kind of a messy race from the known standards of Slipstream Racing, which is quite unfortunate, having all of those safety cars coming out for this race. So there wasn't a lot of racing that did take place. However, for the racing that did take place, those are the final finishing results that you just saw there. So for next week, it is going to be, as I go to the calendar, so next next week's race is going to be around Vegas. And from what I know, even me personally, I don't have much experience around Las Vegas. Um, yeah, I haven't done a league race there. I total laps I've driven there altogether is probably no more than 50 in this entire game, probably 50 to 70 altogether. I have watched league races take place there. There are usually lots of incidences or incidences that take place at that circus. So for that being the round two race, that is going to be a very rough round. So the drivers are going to have to put in work over the next week to make sure that they are knowing that Las Vegas track very well. And yep, hopefully for next week's race, it will be a lot cleaner and a lot better and a lot less safety cars. For myself, I am Kema. I'd like to thank you for tuning into this broadcast. You can subscribe to this channel if you want to follow the rest of the races that will be taking place for the gold tier here for Season 7 of Slipstream Racing. Yep, so you can subscribe to the channel. And if you want to, you can like the video. Doesn't really matter if you like the video or not. I only do the commentary just for the Slipstream Racing races, so just subscribing to the channel will allow you to follow and know when the races are and when they are posted, which they are live in any case. So I'd like to thank you for tuning into this broadcast. Hopefully going into next week, the Las Vegas race will be a lot cleaner than this one and a lot less safety cars. And then also, I'm looking forward to the Platinum race that will be taking place on Tuesday, which I will be participating in. That will be taking place around Australia as well. So thank you for tuning into this broadcast, and I will see you for round number 2 next week at Las Vegas. Take care.